welcome to my garden. Today, first I would like to thank all of you who subscribe to my videos, and thank you for all the likes and messages. Love hearing from you and staying connected, reading all your messages. Also, again, thank you for subscribing. My channel is growing and it just makes me so happy because I love what I'm doing, and this is the best thing I could do for myself and to share my garden with everyone who loves gardening as well. And this is absolutely a dream for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, today I'm going to show you what's going on in the garden. We actually filmed a video yesterday. I planted David Austin roses in yesterday's video, and also I planted forsythias. However, unfortunately, it was very busy day, and we realized that the video just malfunctioned and something just didn't work. So we had to redo it, but unfortunately I've already planted everything yesterday. However, today I decided, it is what it is. Sometimes it just happens, and I will just move on. And today I'll just take you out on a tour, show you again what's going on in the garden, and I'll show you where I planted the David Austin roses, also forsythias. So let's just start right here, and I'll show you what's going on. So the containers are starting to come together. In the fall, I just had few pansies planted here, and I love mixing pansies with the tulips because it just makes the container really full and beautiful. However, it is a little difficult to plant lots of pansies in a container. It kind of stays a little bit strange looking in the wintertime until everything just pops through. And as it started growing now, you can see the tulips are beautiful and the containers are starting to look really, really pretty. Very, very exciting. It's just so much fun to the anticipation to see to wait and see all of this come together in the spring is just such a beautiful time. Look at the butterflies, and that's so cute. Oh my gosh, beautiful butterfly. Oh, I love this time of a year just because bees are buzzing everywhere, butterflies are everywhere, and having so many flowers is just such an attraction for all the activity that's going on in the spring. I just love it. So you can see I have just a few tulips that are popping through this year. Now, I didn't planted any of these last fall, but I see that from previous years some of them are coming through, and some of them are really, really beautiful. And you see, these are doubles. They've been here for a couple of days. So some of these tulips are from previous years. I haven't planted any of these. There's a beautiful one. So some of them, some of the tulips that you see here, I haven't planted last fall. It's just they're popping through from the previous years. But you can see there's iris starting to bloom already. And then I have some of these beautiful daffodils, and actually really like them. They kind of come in doubles. I think they're all doubles. I'm not sure if they're come in clusters, but they're definitely doubles. And so I don't remember how they've ended up here. I don't remember them planting here, but they have been naturalizing and growing every year. But I love them. They're beautiful. I think I might just add more this fall, the similar variety, and just have them naturalized, which would be really pretty, I think. So you can see some of the tulips are coming out. Lots of anemones are starting to pop. Look at this beautiful one. Oh, isn't this just such perfection? So beautiful. I'm definitely going to plant more anemones. Last year I actually enjoyed cutting several and taking them home and making arrangements with them, and some of them that are kind of not really done, but they're getting close to the end. I would just harvest them and place them in a vase and just kind of let them fade away into the vase at home. But in the meantime, I just would enjoy them. So here you can see everything is doing good. I did make some changes to this bed. I moved elderberry here from this bed. Or here, let's go with me, and I'll show you first what I did here in my last video, because it was really cold when I was trying to plant my crab apple tree. And we just, George went ahead and went home because it was so cold. I stayed here, and as soon as I started moving, I was fine. But I started planting some of the bulbs. I decided to plant those dahlia bulbs or dahlia rhizomes here and here, so that way they can give a little height because they will be tall. They're a large variety, so they will bring height. And then I have lots of heucheras that I planted here, and some gladiolas. So I thought I can just harvest gladiolas, but they will be kind of cottagey look a little bit. And sometimes when the roses take break, I feel like there's nothing in this bed, and I'm really excited to have something still coming through and bring me color while the roses are taking a break in the middle of the heat. So I'm actually excited about this project, and the tree turned out really good. And I explained that I had a black tower elderberry that was planted here, so I did move back of this bed here. I decided that it might give another extra height here, which is not going to be super tall tree. It's very compact, probably will go up to about 8 feet tall. And so it will bring a nice interesting color because the dark leaves will bring another interest. And then I think I might have to try to make some more changes, maybe cut some branches and open up the light a little bit to let the sun in this area just a little more. As soon as the sun position changes for the summer, I will see how much I need to make adjustment here. And so you can see here I have a beautiful lilac. This lilac has so many buds that are flower buds that are going to open very soon. They are this variety called Beauty of Moscow, and it starts off kind of pink, and then when it opens, it's white. It's very, very fragrant, and the little florets are double, which makes it really very showy, beautiful, beautiful flowers. But I think this is the most flowers I've had on this lilac bush, and so I'm really excited about that. My daffodils are about to be done. I've been kind of, every time I walk by, I just take the little heads off, deadhead them, just because, every time when they are finished, you want to make sure they're cut right away, because otherwise they will form seed head here and their energy will go here instead of to their bulbs. So I usually just cut them every time I walk by. When I see them, they are finished, and that way they will start producing really strong bulbs for the next season. So let's go this way. This is a beautiful Japanese maple, and I'll do separate Japanese maple tour because I have several varieties now in my garden. This one called Mila. Look at these leaves. Oh my goodness, isn't this just artwork? Nature is amazing. This is a beautiful tree. I'm very excited about that. So if we continue going this way, you can see the tulips are starting to open here in these two containers. I planted them the last fall. Now I don't believe I meant to order red tulips, especially these ones, but for some reason I think I maybe uh, didn't read the instructions. I should have read, because I assumed I was ordering like apricot orangey color tulips. However, they're all red. So, but you know what, it is what it is. um, it, Sometimes the color can be deceptive, so I'd suggest that make sure to read the description below when you order stuff, because they do describe the color instead of just looking in a picture. So it turned out red, but you know what, it's okay. It's one season, and I love the red. I have no problem having a red in my garden. And it looks really pretty, I think. So here tulips are growing in this large container that I planted last fall. I can't remember what variety they are, honestly, but I guess we'll see when they open. But they're doing really good. They're coming out doing good. And then here in these small triangle beds, I have planted a tulip Maryland, which is a lily tulip, and I showed you some in my last video that were just poking through, but you can see that I have lots of buds and that they're coming out really well. I will have plenty of tulips, and look at this call. Isn't this just amazing? I think this is so far has been my most favorite tulips ever that I planted. There's just such a unique color and variety. Now this is the crab apple tree called red sentinel, and this tree is supposed to be producing lots of little crab apples, which are small fruits. You know, they're not a big crab apple. It's ornamental and it holds the fruit on the tree for the winter time. It will be beautiful winter interest, and the spring it has a gorgeous flowers as well. So it has, you know, pink and white, so it's going to be really pretty. It's coming out great. I planted this tree last year and I can't wait to see the flowers and see it mature. So let's go maybe this way and I'll show you really quick what's going on here with the peonies. I have peony trees are about to bloom. So I'm still trying to clean up beds. Like some of the beds I have already took care of. There are some things that I'm still working on. My container is still sitting there. I'm clearing out basically just the winter cleaning, you know, removing weeds and just cleaning the debris, etc. So I have, I think, two more places, two or three beds that I still have to get to. But I'm getting there. It's okay. I'm trying to get to the point where, you know, soon I will probably have to do a tour so you guys can, so more presentable for you. Um, Here I have David Austin roses. There's five of them. They're Vanessa Bell roses, and they're absolutely stunning. I love David Austin roses, and this particular one, I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. But when and turned out to be one of my absolute favorite. I end up buying three more and make a drift here with them because they just so pretty, and they did really well under this lighting, because this light here was kind of like a filtered morning sun, afternoon shade, and yet they did really well here. And especially this bed never gets a lot of sun. You know, the color that they have, beautiful lemon yellow color with the white, it brought such brightness and beauty to this garden. This has been one of the best thing I've done for this particular bed, although we are eventually going to clear out some of the stuff that we haven't got to, because, you know, due to budget. So we're doing it slowly, but hopefully we can clear out quite a, you know, not completely remove, but just clear out all the dead branches and remove some branches to allow some sun in. So this bed actually eventually will do a lot better. This, look at this Japanese maple. Isn't this stunning? Japanese maples have the most beautiful colors in the spring as well as fall. So this is this Japanese maple called Orange Dream, and it has the beautiful color for the spring. It's starting to already come its own. So beautiful. Look at that color. It's just amazing. This is a peony tree. This is a tree peony or peony tree. Either way. So this is a tree peony, and I have several. Look at this. It's starting to already open. Almost is getting very close. Any day now, it will be opening, as well as this one. This particular one I purchased from the local garden center here, and it has really beautiful pink coral color when it opens. Look at that. It's starting to already open. Isn't this gorgeous? So there are several buds on this tree peony. You guys, it's getting close. It's getting close. These heucheras, can I just say how much I love heucheras? I've never liked heucheras before. I mean, you know, it's not that I didn't like, I love all plants, but you know, they just weren't kind of that special to me for some reason. And then I decided to, why not? Let's just try all these new hybrid ones, and to bring just the color to the shady areas. And oh my word, I am in love with heucheras, and I think this year is going to be, I'm going to add more and more into the garden. This particular one called paprika, look at the color. Isn't this just most beautiful color? Look at that. It's like it's copper, it's red, it's coral. There's so many colors in here. It's so gorgeous. Last year it didn't do anything for me, and I'm so glad I left it, because I was like, I don't know, maybe they just don't like this spot or what's going on. This year you can see they're really coming through. Look at these containers. All the tulips are coming through the containers. So beautiful. I'm so happy. These are lily tulips. I can't remember their names. Actually, I need to look up. But anyway, they are all growing, and we will have flowers here soon as well. This one is the whipping cherry tree. Look at this gorgeous whipping cherry tree. Look at that. It has so many buds. It's going to open very soon. Because I'm already standing here, let's just talk about what I did yesterday, about David Aston roses, because I have one that I planted right here and I don't want to move and then come back to it. So yesterday I planted 6 David Aston roses. 4 that ones I already had in the garden, but I added 2 new David Aston roses. Not they're that new variety, they're just new to my garden. So I had a Bascabel, which is right here. I planted last year, barewood rose, and they did really great. Now, let's go back just a little bit, because David Aston roses, I really got into it. And if you have been following my videos, you know that I started with one, and I was in the beginning, everybody was talking about David Aston roses, and I was like, okay, what is the big deal about David Aston roses? And I was really into hybrid teas, and I was like, all right, I'll just try one. So I went ahead and bought Poet's Wife, and oh my goodness, I could not stop after that, right? They have such, I don't know, they're almost very emotional because of their colors, their shape, and it's like you can't stop when you get one. You just get addicted, and then you just want every variety they have. And so I went ahead and bought and bought and bought anyway. I have pretty much most of my favorite ones of David Aston roses. I have it in a garden. However, I ordered only one Bascabel, and I liked the Bascabel so much that I decided this year I should go ahead and get another one. So I actually added 2 more Bascabel into my garden. One I planted right here. So right in this spot, I had California lilac, which I removed and moved it to the other location, because it was kind of getting really big for this area, and kind of, I don't know, it was just taking space from everything else. And I decided, you know what, I think I would like to have another Bascabel here, because there's one there, one here, and they will just make a really good grouping here. And then, as many of you guys know, David Aston company, they started discontinuing some of the roses that we all love, or I do anyway. So like this year we can't find mustard wood anymore, and I'm so feel very fortunate that I was able to buy 3 mustard woods last year. This year you can't buy them anymore, and I thought, you know what, I need to get some of them, a few more that I really like, because for any reasons they get discontinued, then I can't get them anymore. So I ordered 2 more Bascabels, 2 more Lady Gardeners, which I had 1 Lady Gardener last in my garden from last year, and I loved Lady Gardener. I just say one of my top favorite one was Lady Gardener. They're large, they're beautiful, they're white, and then they have these gorgeous apricot centers. They're upright, they don't hang, and you can just, and they stay long time on the stem. They're very robust, didn't get any diseases. I absolutely adored Lady Gardener, so I bought another 2 to go for this part of the garden. And then the other 2 roses, as I mentioned, I ordered 6. So the other 2 was Queen of Sweden. I didn't have, there's such a classic. I didn't have Queen of Sweden in my garden, and I read that Queen of Sweden actually does quite well in a filtered sun locations, not being completely in a full sun all the time. And so I had perfect spot for it, and I thought, they will just light up that area. And it's such a classic. I really wanted to have at least 1 or 2 in my garden. So anyway, I planted 2 more Lady Gardeners, 2 more Bascabels, and two more and two Queen of Sweden in my garden yesterday. And as I go around, I'll show you where the other ones are planted, but that's kind of what I did yesterday, and unfortunately our video malfunctioned, but that's okay. So here you can see this boxwood is not doing really well. But I purchased another one to replace this one with, which is sitting there. That's what I have to do. So hopefully I can replace that. And sometimes that happens. You just have to deal with it. But you can see here we have all this. I planted the same tulips as I planted in a container. I planted in this area, and look at this. Isn't this just so beautiful? They're all coming out. Not what I assumed I planted, but you know what, who cares? It looks so beautiful. I mean, this bright red color, and I kind of like how they're not super tall in this area, so it makes it really pretty. There is another magnolia, guys. This one is a yellow variety. I can't remember the name of it, but it's called tulip magnolia variety. I think it's that tulip shape, and I can't wait for it to open. It looks beautiful. So this tree is a crabapple tree, but look at this tree. This is the one that I ordered, assuming that it was Royal Beauty weeping crabapple. And unfortunately, it's nothing weeping about this tree. And so you can see it's all upright. It's pretty, so I'm going to let it just do its thing here. I think it's going to be great, but definitely not what I ordered, and maybe it was mislabeled. I'm glad I got one that I really wanted to have. So here I planted another, I think this is another Bascabelle. So I planted another Bascabelle, my second Bascabelle here. This is a nice area for it. And then I also planted another hybrid tea rose. Now I love hybrid teas, and they're finicky, clearly a little more than they get disease because they're hybrid, right? And so they're a bit finicky, but what I love about them is that they have great life as a cut flower. So I do like cutting them and bringing them inside, and they open really well in a vase. So I do love that aspect of the hybrid tea. David Astor roses are gorgeous, but they just don't have a long life in a vase. So they're just better to enjoy in the garden, to be honest with, because only take about a day or two, and they are, just start dropping their petals. Anyway, so that's another hybrid tea here. It's bicolor. And let's go this way. And you can see there's some of the Ito peonies. They have buds. They're going to have we're going to have lots of peonies, guys. I have to do a tour as soon as the peonies start opening. This is the bed that I haven't really gotten to, so forgive the weeds yet. I'm slowly working my way. This is just my garden, and I'm working by myself here. So the roses are doing really good. You can see they're all doing really, really good here. And oh, the containers here, look at the peony. I'm sorry, not peonies. Scratch that. The tulips, look at the tulips are coming out in these containers, doing good. This is the project that I'm still working on, but I really can't get to it yet until I get my beds cleaned up. It's like priorities first. Got to get this done before I get to, and then I'll just start tackling this project. And I think this year I'm definitely going to finish this area. And look at this guy. Look at this peony. It's starting to open. This is a tree peony. Oh, look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? This is such a huge bud. It's like, look, I put my hand right next to it, and I have big hands. Look at that. Amazing. And rhododendrons are doing really good. Bonjour. Rhododendrons are doing really, really good. I have been watering them with some aluminum sulfate. And I used to be sprinkling them in the soil, and it seemed like they just really doesn't do as good for me. So this year I decided, why not? I just mix them in the water, and I started watering with them, once every, maybe twice a month. And it seemed like they're starting to do a lot better. I feel like their leaves are greener, and I feel like they are doing a lot better with it. So I think I might just continue doing that and see. There is a tree here that I wanted to show you, because this tree, last time last time I showed you my fairy magnolia that was opened white with the white flowers, and I said there was a pink one also, the same variety. If you can see, this is the pink variety, and this is a beautiful, beautiful magnolia tree. It was so small when I purchased them. I planted three on this row because they're also evergreen and they stay compact. They don't get super huge. They have, I think they go up on about 10 feet tall or something. And then, you know, and I thought it would be really beautiful to just, you know, have it in the background and give a little bit of privacy. And also in the spring, I can have beautiful flowers. That's a bonus. And but look how pretty they are, and they're very fragrant too. Very, very fragrant. Yes, they're fragrant. um so anyway, this is the area I'm still working on to clear out things, but I think we should just go this way back to the towards the house, and I'll show you where I planted my other David Austin roses, and then I'll show you where I planted the forsythias. So I planted two lady gardeners here. One I planted here, there is plenty of sun, and then one I planted right here. And I'm really excited because this is kind of close to me. And I thought, you know what, they would be so beautiful to be closer to us. I really like how where they are. And then here, for the Queen of Sweden, I went ahead and planted in this area. I have one here and I have one right here because in the background, I'm on this fence. What I'd like to do is plant clematis, and I think you guys probably will see me planting more clematis. And I think I'd like to plant clematis maybe bluish lavender color, because Queen of Sweden have that gorgeous a light pink salmon color, and I thought it would be really pretty having that blue background. So I'm going to plant and have them kind of creep all over here, basically over the fence. You know, maybe two. I have one clematis already here, which is going to be gorgeous when it blooms. So I might plant another two or three and let them kind of take over in this area, which I think is going to be a really pretty background, hopefully. And then forsythias, I planted the forsythias. Forsythias we've talked about. I purchased three forsythias. I didn't have forsythia in my garden, and I really wanted them. Unfortunately, my space was very limited, and I thought, you know, I just can't fit them in my garden because they're really, really big. They usually go up to 2.5 meters tall. But I was able to find forsythias. They're dwarf variety. They called Mikador, and I had three, so I decided to plant one here, so you can see they're already finished blooming right here, and they go up only about 1 meter tall, so they're going to just make really beautiful just a bush here. I have another one right here, and then I planted also another one right next to this hydrangea right there. And I thought, you know, it would be so beautiful when they start bringing their golden color in the spring. I could see them poking through from different parts of this bed. Then I realized, you know what, I think I need another one right here. So I just ordered one more. So I have four forsythias altogether. I have another one right here. And so I will have several coming out from different sides, which will be really, really pretty. And I think that's all what's going on in the garden today. I again, sorry you guys didn't see me planting the David Aston roses yesterday, but they were bare root roses, and I really wanted to take advantage of it from the time, because they're so much cheaper to order now than in the containers later on. So I did plant a few more in the garden, and I'm really excited about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe them, and have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.